Are you an hero? Can I interest you in my high-quality, low-priced products? A surprisingly wide selection. Full satisfaction guaranteed.
There is a war going on, merchant. Are you sure this is the best place for your business?
Indeed. In fact, this is right now the best place I can think of. I hurried here immediately after those pests retreated. Zero competition makes full market share and higher sales.
Also, higher prices, right?
Oh, absolutely not. I was so impressed by your duel with that furry beast that you shall get a discount.
Well, I'm also impressed by your entrepreneurship.
That's just how I am. Others might sit idly in their warehouses, but not me. I want the extra-length unit to nourish a prospective business relationship. I also bring extra exceptional shields for extra protections in these extra troubled times.
How exceptional would those shields be?
In all aspects, a brave hero. Exactly the item needed by a warrior for your exceptional skills. Their exceptional size and build quality makes you almost invulnerable.
And immobile, I suppose.
Oh, well, surely not with your exceptional strength. Try one. You will not regret.
What took you so vexingly long, human? I've even cleared the path for you.
Sightseeing. I couldn't take my eyes off the efficiency with which you are losing this war.
In your cheery spirit as usual, I see. We could benefit from your services.
I thought you wanted that rat head as soon as possible and on a platter.
That is absolutely and perfectly correct. We also want to win this war. It's fairly difficult with that fire constantly raining down upon us.
So what, you're now hiding under the bridge? That's your counter-offensive strategy?
Maybe human habits are different in this, but we don't send our men to death in vain. My counter-offensive was rather successful. The Ratkins are now off the bridge. The fire from their catapults has forced us to regroup and reconsider our options. We are not entitled to dying over and over like you when fighting that giant rat.
No one else would have been able to deal with the general better.
I am not referring to your disappointing fight with that recreant rat scum leader. They have a monstrous rat guarding the other side of the bridge, exactly where the rest of the catapults are. It would have been an easy target for my archers, but they couldn't get through the fire.
So you say I need to kill a giant rat just to be able to find the other giant rat? The rat rate here is rather pestilent. What about Her Majesty? Won't she be displeased if I postpone the headhunting?
I won't tell her if you don't. We can have a little private quid pro quo here, if you allow.
Well, what's the quo for me in that?
I'm not entitled to share any details yet. You should just be aware of the fact that Her Majesty's position is imperiled by several factors, both external and internal. Being on good terms with me could prove quite remunerative in the future. I am au courant with the changes to come.
You would make a great lawyer. So many words, so little information.
What I understood came unexpectedly from you, Marshal. You and Her Majesty seemed very tightly knit.
I'm just saying we should cover all the options, nothing less, and certainly nothing more. Disarm those catapults, bring me that head, and good things await you.
Well, I guess destroying the catapults and having all my bases covered can't hurt, right?
Indeed. It has repeatedly proven to be a viable survival strategy.
Probably, unless I get hit by a fireball while doing it.
I'm sure that death won't stop you. Can I count on you, human? Will you relieve me of those catapults?
Yeah, count me in.
I will. And I have already counted the catapults for you. 9. The one on the tower is vexing us most. Report to me once they are disarmed, so we can advance with my army.
Sire, yes, sire.
This is what I was talking about, my friend. Upstream bloodbath swimming. my favorite pastime. Feel free to join me. There is enough for everyone.
I'd love to hang out, but I have a little game of mouse and man going on. Have you perchance seen that Ratkin general around?
I did see his mouse tail. He seems to be heading to the mines. The rats must have a new base there or something. Oh, the miners must have an amazing time.
No doubt.
Hello, good beings. Anybody out there? Your help would be a friendly face after all. Could you perchance help a poor trader out of this pickle, young man?
Yeah, sure. This planet has pretty much turned me into ye olde good Samaritan.
Oh, now I see. It is you, the immortal one. Jolly good. Now my joy is unparalleled.
I see my reputation precedes me everywhere. Sorry for prying, but what actually happened? I sense a great story here.
Oh, golly, not really. I was calmly on my way to the local docks to inspect my latest shipment of arms, and then this harrowing attack took place.
So?
See? My jittery servants had a minor panic attack and left me completely stranded here. That's it! As blunt as a story can be.
Well, what can I do for you, trader?
Oh, friends call me Ilvar. I would be extremely grateful if you could provide me with some means of transportation.
Like a crane and a carriage?
Something far more modest. 2 strong men to man my simple sedan chair would do.
That shouldn't be that difficult.
Indeed, indeed. I am thrilled I have stumbled upon such a competent potential savior. Find me 2 Naboru mules, and I will reward you royally.
Didn't you say poor trader?
As in desperate, not destitute. My arms trading business has been flourishing lately, so I am deliciously opulent now.
I can see that. Well, I'll take your word on that, royal reward.
What is the status on those catapults, human?
Marshal, I have an urgent rescue mission. There is a civilian stuck in the war zone.
Oh, what horror! I shall drop everything and send all my exhausted soldiers there at once. We don't need anybody to hold the positions anyway.
It doesn't take a legion to save one merchant.
Merchant, you say? If there is some currency flow involved, maybe I could spare one of my men.
I know I said it doesn't take a legion, but the merchant is really substantial. For one man, it might be too much of a load.
Oh, so it's Ilvar. You could have started with that. Annoying piglet, and he isn't even Naboru. Still, our army benefits from his technology greatly. Tell him he can get as many soldiers as he wants.
Thank you.
It will cost him only 10,000 per man.
Right. I'm sure he'll be jumping for joy, or at least massively quivering.
Do you bring me two Naboral muscles, immortal?
I have some good news. You can have as many soldiers as you want. And also bad news. Gracchus wants money in return.
Ah, we like Gracchus. Always down to business, our little marshal. How much?
He said 10,000.
For both?
For one.
Outrageous. Daylight robbery. That ludicrous Gracchus character has no shame whatsoever. Tell him that's unacceptable. I don't carry that much money on me. I can give him 10,000 for both. That's my last offer.
Let's hope he won't make it that way literally.
What is the status on those catapults, human?
So, back to our merchantanious business.
Well, of course. Did you bring the required sum?
I wish. He says he doesn't have that much on him.
I would say he actually has too much on him. Anyway, he will have to show some effort. One can't simply expect to get rich on trading arms without paying back to the country occasionally.
He is actually quite desperate.
Not interested at all. Take it or leave it. If you believe it would be easier to find a fool who will happily fight the rats on his way there and carry that fat pig back, be my guest.
This is what I was talking about, my friend. Upstream bloodbath swimming, my favorite pastime. Feel free to join me. There is enough for everyone.
Sounds amazing. But I found a stranded civilian who needs to be escorted out of this war zone.
Could you give me a hand there?
If there will be rat attacks along the way, I'm in. This spot is getting boring anyway. Who's in trouble?
Some well-upholstered merchant.
Ah, Ilvar. You will need at least two to carry him. Unless he's willing to be rolled.
Yeah, I know. Thanks anyway.
Well, come and get me as soon as you have the other mule. I'll try to amuse myself with the remaining rats in the meantime.
Any good news, Immortal?
From pillar to post and back again. Problem solved, though. I have a happy volunteer and we can hire a second pair of hands from Gracchus. That will cost you only 10,000.
Or you could maybe take the second set of rails and carry me for free. What do you say?
I would be inclined to say that you would be very inclined. I might be immortal, but the Naboru are still much taller. That would be one sloping sedan seat. If I would be able to lift you at all, that is.
Frailty, thy name is human. Understood. Well, Gracchus shall have his 10,000.
I am afraid so.
Do I have your word you'll get my money directly to him? It would be unfortunate if you were blinded by them.
Are you trying to insult me now? Good Samaritan, remember?
Pardon my lack of tact. Just being cautious. Well, here are my precious shiny coins. Please be expeditious.
Yeah, this can't get any more expeditionary anyway.
What is the status on those catapults, human?
I'm
Always thrilled to hear about your jaunts. The important question is, my...
sort of. He gave me 9,000. He says it's all he has on him, and that it's at least double what a reasonable price would be.
Excuses and haggling, that's all he knows. I don't have time for this. I'll bend on my principles and say the 9,000 will do. You, go and help Ilvar. The human will explain.
Greetings, my friend, and thank you again. Those gentlemen you have provided were complete and utter darlings. Sensationally smooth ride.
Happy to hear that.
I have decided to wait out the war right here. It's a charming place, amazingly safe. Once this riotous uprising is over, find me in my shop in the city. For the time being, I can only repay you by this inadequate little trinket. But later, I will compensate you generously.
Captain's log.
Shit. That sounds... Well, time to go.
Come on,